Today on the show, we're going to talk about our Sunday Funday. I was feeling kind of funky last week, and V took me out for a Sunday Funday. Got up early, went out, had some, to an old place, a place we've been to a long time, but they have some amazing things there. They're just tried and true. They get the job done, but they're awesome. Went there. Then we went for a nice walk down Carmel Valley, bop, little trail. Then for a nice little afternoon kind of a snack / cocktail. It was a great day. Check it out. Sunday morning, we wake up looking for a breakfast joint. And it just didn't seem like anything stuck out. We were thinking Vine and Tap.
No, I wasn't, because we needed to try something new. But I mean, Vine and Tap is great.
It's fantastic.
Good food, great champagne. All you can drink mimosas.
Yeah.
So it is really good in that way. But
I love it.
But
I want to try something new.
Yeah.
And I was feeling, let's go out west. Let's go towards Vista. We heard about this place at the Lake San Marcos brunch, something. And I was like, I've been to that area, kind of not, And
I was going to take you to a place that my friend recommended in Carlsbad.
Okay.
Which we're still going to go to.
What's it called?
It's called Wildland.
Yeah, that's right.
She had gone for breakfast or a brunch.
And that's a part of, was it Campfire? No, what's the other place called?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a part of Campfire, but I know that the same people that did, I think that maybe it's the same type of
design?
situation. I don't know. But that did Campfire did this and June Jolie, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is also akin to Miranda.
Yes.
Miranda wine.
Right. So I want to take you there.
Yeah.
But my friend has said, go for, she goes, I only went for brunch, but it was great. So, should try to go for dinner.
We'll try it.
Yeah. So,
I just wasn't,
I'm going to take you.
My stomach was not going to allow us to get there. I was just, because I had felt sick the day before and everything, I just was feeling overly hangry. I was feeling at 10.
Yeah.
So we go to this place. You took me to this place that we always have gone to as a kid. We were not kids, since we were.
I made an executive decision. I'm like, I know where to take him. Granted, it's not new.
No,
but we haven't been in a long time.
So long, and it's so good.
Yeah,
it was so good.
So we went to the original Pancake House, which
it's just always so good.
I know. I mean, and I'm not a breakfast person. That's why I like brunch, because I have other options.
Yeah.
And this is breakfast, but I really enjoy going.
I really enjoy it. You know what? I think it's great for me because you can have things from the menu that they're disparate. They're not supposed to be together. You're not supposed to have eggs Florentine, right, with pancakes.
Why not?
It's just
it's on the menu.
Where else do you go for that? Where else do you go in a restaurant to have that?
Well, don't you go to any breakfast spot? Won't they have that? I'm guessing.
And pancakes? I've never been to another place that has such great combos. You know what I mean? Because when the kids were little, we would go, and everybody'd order a plate except you and me. We'd always share this one plate, and it is the eggs Benedict that you'd modify with spinach and tomato.
Yeah. So.
Right? There was 2 of them.
So it's actually, you could say eggs Benedict with spinach and tomato, or eggs Florentine with some Canadian bacon.
Exactly. We'd always get that.
Right.
Which is so good. And then you don't really need 2 of them. I never needed 2.
I could never eat 2.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then we'd have the pancakes, which...
We substitute out the potato pancakes or whatever.
The latkes or whatever.
Yeah. And we would substitute those out for regular buttermilk cakes.
And they are, to me, the best pancakes that I think I've ever had. Hands down. Just from being light and flavorful, and
they're thin.
They're perfectly cooked every time.
Yeah.
And then you just sop them full of delicious maple syrup and butter. They are just... They're so good.
And they really do make a good Eggs Benedict.
They make a great Eggs Benedict.
So, yeah.
So, for whatever reason, I was just, God, God, I was shut down. I think I was. I'd been working a lot that week out here. Then I got sick, and then I wasn't eating right. Then I got busy the next day. I didn't eat properly that day. Didn't drink enough water, I think. And then
So you were hungry.
I was just broken. I felt broken. I go into this and I'm feeling like a I felt strange. Okay. I'm sitting there waiting for my breakfast. They bring the pancakes and they just look so good. They just look so good. I'd ordered something, by the way, for myself.
Yes. So you were so hungry that you're like, I want something, because like you said, typically we would have just gotten what we would, if it was just you and me going without the kids, we would have just gotten we would eat whatever they had left over there. Yeah. So if it's you and me, we usually get the eggs Benedict, but then a side of pancake, an extra side of pancakes. Right. So in this case, though, you're like, no, it's not going to do it. I need more.
I want an omelet.
I want
a big fat hunking omelet.
You see all these people, and you look at their plates, and they have these massive.
Oh my god!
I mean, like, I don't know what they are. 90% of the time, I look around, and I'm like, oh my god, how could anybody eat something? Number one, it's so big.
Their portions are great. They're big.
They're not great. They're ridiculous. But I mean,
I'm saying for a portion, that's generous. And you're paying
beyond
for it.
Generous. Yes.
You're paying for it, but you're getting a value out of there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ordered this thing.
You ordered an Irish omelet.
Which I find that's a mistake for me.
For you, it was definitely a mistake.
I was thinking omelet, like just eggs and vegetables and whatever, potatoes. An Irish omelet's a little different. It's actually baked, it seems. They take corned beef hash and mashed potatoes, and they kind of encase eggs and cheese inside. And I just wasn't ready for it. That was not what I was hoping to get. I was hoping for a regular omelet with some potatoes in it, not an omelet encased in mashed potato and egg. So I had to send it back. But again, it was probably my mistake. I don't know if, what was happening there, but the pancakes are so epic. The eggs Benedict are off the charts. It was great. And the orange juice, oh my God. The orange juice.
You always love the orange juice.
I had to get two.
I know.
Had to get two.
I shared the second one with you.
We shared it, but I'm just saying, I don't know where they get these oranges. They're magical oranges. There are. It is by far the best orange juice I've ever had. It is the way the oranges they get. Okay, here's the thing. I have a question for you on this orange juice. Granted, it's freshly squeezed, but when I go to a store and buy orange juice, I don't mean Minute Maid. I mean like fresh squeezed at the store. It's not like this.
See, but now I'm starting to feel like they're doing something. It's not just fresh squeezed orange juice. They must be doctoring it somehow. I really feel like that now.
I feel like whatever they're doing, keep doing it. You know what I mean?
I know it don't matter.
Just keep it coming. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're getting special oranges from I don't know where they're getting their oranges, but they're getting these oranges that give this clear, translucent kind of juice. It's like the perfect clarity of orange juice. I don't understand it. I don't know why it's this way. If it's the machine they're using, is it the technique and how they squeeze it?
Watch, we're going to find out. It's not fresh squeezed at all.
It's not even orange juice. It's orange in color, but it's amazing. It's a candy. It's actually synthetic orange juice. I don't know what they're doing. It's so good though.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like I've ever tasted before. You know what I do notice about their oranges though, and their method? It doesn't have the acid from the skin. That's what makes orange juice typically bitter. Yep. And it doesn't have all the pulp and the white kind of part of the inside of the skin.
Saying. That's why I'm like, it must be doctored. That's why I'm convinced it's got to be some fake.
This is my theory. It's not fake that way. It's just that they have a machine or a process that allows them to harvest the juice without the skin and the other connective tissues inside. Right. However they're doing it. Mm-hmm. I want one. I want to have one of those.
No, you have enough stuff in this house.
Do you know that if I had access to oranges like that and I could harvest the juice without all like that?
Do you know you live next to a honey farm surrounded by
I get it.
all sorts of groves of
Okay,
oranges.
Let me ask you a question. We have orange trees here, okay, on the road, and the neighbor has oranges.
Yes.
Have you ever tasted those oranges? Really?
Yes.
And
Delicious.
really?
Yeah. Delicious.
Okay, then why haven't you
We do on occasion.
No, you.
Yeah, I do. I made orange juice just the other day.
from oranges from here?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's the same. That's what they taste like. That's exactly what ours tastes
I
like.
beg to differ, my friend.
No, really. Anyway.
What would Ted Lasso say in this? He'd say, "I beg to differ, Bubby Brister," or something like that. He would say something like that.
I don't know.
Anyways,
But
they don't taste the same.
no.
They don't. They don't taste the same. I feel like if I squeezed orange juice from our trees or from just go to the store and buy oranges, they don't taste like that. And here's the thing too. It's beautiful to look at. It's the deepest orange that I could. I mean, it looks like it looks like the deepest orange color that I can imagine. It doesn't even look like.
Hence why I say it might be fake.
If it's fake,
Keep it.
bravo.
Yeah, keep.
Bravo. Well done. Well done on you. Good on you, man.
Yeah, I'll agree.
But if
So, and here's the crazy part too. Even their coffee's good. I mean,
Great coffee.
I mean,
Good coffee.
simple coffee, but really good.
Yeah, it's
I
not a
don't know what it
cappuccino.
is.
It's not espresso. It's not a latte. It's just
black
coffee, but
coffee.
it's good. It's good, solid. It keeps on. They keep it coming.
Yeah.
They'll fill you to death. They will give you 84 coffees if you want. Okay, and I just don't understand the pancakes. I don't. Have you ever made a pancake close to that? And be honest. You make pancakes. Tell me, have you made one that's even close?
Close?
No. The answer. You have to think about it. No. The answer is no.
No. Well, see, this. I guess we have to define close. In my eyes, it was close.
Let me just say this to
but
you.
nothing has ever come.
I'm going to say this to you. I don't understand the texture. I don't understand how they get it so that it's not doughy. It's not heavy. It's just aerated. It's light. And it's just waiting to absorb a gallon of maple syrup. I feel like you can pour an entire cup of maple syrup into one pancake. And it's...
It's true.
Okay. And then when you pick it up and you pick those lovely, moist and light and see, here's the thing. They're light and moist. How?
Mm-hmm.
How? It doesn't make any sense because when you make a pancake and it's moist, it's heavy and it's the flour. I don't know. I'm finding out it's all the flour. Everything is about flour. Because I'm making pizzas right now. Mm-hmm. I'm using King's, AP, all-purpose flour. I'm using that. I don't think it's the right flour for what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm actually having to start thinking more about flour. I found out the other day on a pizza show I'm watching on YouTube. This guy's a pizza expert, pizza god somehow. He was discussing his techniques and his methods. And he was saying, yeah, I work with about 8 flours. Depend upon the situation. Depend upon the weather. If it's rainy outside, I use this flour with this flour. And if it's sunny and dry, I use this. If I'm at a show in Arizona, I use this kind of flour. What?
Yeah, I remember listening to, like, I walked in and heard you watching some of these people, and they were talking about, the temperature. Oh, yeah. It's hot today here, so I can't use this flour. I have to use...
Right, and I have to keep them in the refrigerator this long. Or I have to leave it. I can't let it sit too long.
The temperature of the room is going to affect...
What's the fermentation? It's how fast it's going to ferment. I get it. But flour for everything. Bread, pancakes, pizza, whatever. It makes a difference. And so I'm starting to find that out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought, it's just AP or good quality. You buy like whatever the good brand is. You just buy that. It'll work. They'll work. But they're not, I don't know how to produce this light, moist, delicious. I've never had pancakes like them. Just never.
The only one I found that I can think of, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, which one?
Yeah.
The only thing that came the closest, I do remember thinking this because I was like, oh, I got to remember that. I remember putting lemon in there.
In the batter?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an acid.
Yeah. That one was the one that was the closest to being really, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I see where there could be problems here. It's the temp of your griddle It's the how it leavens
That's the part.
the flour. I can see
Yeah,
an
that's
issue.
the part.
The hydration, how much the ratio between the flour and the liquid.
Yeah.
Do you
And
see
I've
this?
modified. No, I've modified it so I can get the same kind of thinness that I like from whatever, from
But
the
they're not heavy
not heavy.
like this. They're like this.
They're not as good as this, but closer.
Okay.
But it's not, it's never, I've never been able to do exactly that.
If-
I don't
if-
know. I like these, like they're super light, super whatever. Just like when you go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles,
Yeah.
you get their
Their-
waffle,
yeah.
and their waffle is
Yeah.
super light, cakey. I don't know. Some people don't like it. I love it.
Look, if anybody knows pancakes that are better than if you've gone to the original Pancake House in Vista or one of them,
Any of them, yeah.
and if you had their pancakes, and you know a place that has as good or better,
But see, a lot of people have
Let us
different
know.
tastes
Please let us
because some people like a really thick buttermilk pancake. We've gone to restaurants where we've ordered those pancakes, and they're probably double the thickness of that.
Yeah.
And people like it, People
Yeah.
like, because I remember reading reviews and like people rave about the pancakes.
yeah, no,
Everybody's different.
look, I get it. I get that.
We've gone to places that are good like that, but
Name it.
I don't know. I'm just saying. We've gone to random breakfast joints where I even remember. Wait, did we go to? Was it over there near the Chehalis tribe thing? We went out to breakfast.
In Washington.
Yeah, in Washington State, up near. What's the city? Centralia.
But you talking about the end of trails, that little gas station spot?
No, I'm talking about that little diner
Oh,
you took us
okay,
to.
yeah. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I remember. But
Yeah, they had good pancakes.
yeah, I was like, okay, this is good.
But they were bigger,
Big.
and they were thicker.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's say it like this: when I eat these pancakes at the original Pancake House, I don't even understand how I could be so full and satisfied off of these little. They're not tiny, but they're not big either.
No, they're not
These
big
are
at all. Like, couldn't be
7
more than
inches?
6. Yeah, 6 to 8,
Yeah.
probably.
They're about that big. The stack is only about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches tall.
Yeah, not even, right? I mean, okay, all right. An
They
inch
don't.
and a half.
They
Yeah.
don't. They don't look impressive.
No.
Like if you said size matters, you'd say this doesn't. They don't look impressive
No.
when they come to the table. You don't go, oh. You just go. You see them, and you see them like kind of. They're impressive in their own right. You know what I mean? But they're not. Oh, visually like massive. Wow. You don't say that.
No.
Okay. So yesterday. So on Sunday, I'm sitting there eating because did I give you some? No.
Of your pancakes?
Of mine.
No.
You had your own.
No.
This little stack came before the other food came. They brought the omelet after, and unfortunately I had to send it back. It took a couple bites of it. It just was not right for me.
It's not what you were expecting.
No, I wanted just a regular omelet, just with stuff in it. It was not that. So if you go to this place, you will. There's lots of great things on the menu. I just ordered the one that was wrong for me. But I got the pancakes, and because I was trying to make a little video too, but I was so in a zone, I slathered them with. There was these. They come with a little kind of a portion cup, and there's they make the butter into little balls, little.
Oh, the butter, the whipped butter. Yeah.
Little 3/4 inch, little circular orbs of butter. They had 5 or 6 of these things in this little cup. I cut through with a knife, probably 2 to 3 of those little orbs of butter. And I just went through and was raking them. I didn't even video the thing. I wasn't even thinking. I was just slathering these babies up and down. I think I might have even gotten both sides. Typically you just do the one side and then you put the lather down and put the other side. I think I was so in. I just
saw what you did. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I was laying that butter in there like a plaster and a wall.
It was terrible.
I was just.
Oh my God. I know. And then I said something to you, like, you got so mad at me because I'm like.
I was like, back off.
Yeah.
You back. You don't know you don't know the drama.
How much butter do you need?
You don't know what I'm going through right now. Okay. And then I had and I was just talking to you. You were talking, saying something. And I was just intently taking that syrup thing and just all over.
I know. I don't know.
I was flowing it. Then I came to my senses. I was like, oh, it should be a video. It would be a nice video to see the syrup, yada. So I then went back over and over syruped. Because I'd gotten my syrup,
yeah.
and then I said, I asked you, can we?
Oh yeah,
you were like,
You wanted to video mine. I'm like, I am not putting all of that butter and all of that syrup all over my stuff.
okay.
I'm like, no.
So I said, okay. So I then took another video of me syruping the already syruped pancakes. So when you see the video, you're like, wow. The thing is sopping. It's just bathing in.
I know. That's what I was like, dear
Okay.
God.
So I then thought, okay, I'm probably overdone it here. They're probably ruined.
Right.
Okay. So we're talking and talking. I think the omelet, Irish omelet, the baked Irish omelet came to the table. It's sitting there and it's looking, I mean, it's massive. It's bigger than the size of a regulation football. And I'm serious. And it was
It's
just
the size of the entire plate. It takes up the entire
It was
plate.
large. And if you're really into that, if this is your jam, I'm sorry. But it was just honking, right? So I see it. It looked interesting, but I wasn't. Okay, so I dove into it, a couple bites, and I was like, not sure. Okay, went to the pancakes, and they're sitting there for a minute now because they're just bathing in this soup of syrup and butter. And I wasn't sure I was going to really like it anymore because I thought I was going to pick it up. It was going to fall apart. I was going to have trouble eating it. And then I would be like, God, I wish I hadn't have done all this.
And it's okay. And I was like, it's fine. I got 3 more he can eat. And okay.
So I then tell them about the thing. They take it back, graciously took it back. I then start focusing on the pancakes, and I start cutting through these little 3 little slices, and I'm going to equate it to this one thing I saw with what's his name? You say his name in every time. Seinfeld's partner.
Oh, Larry David.
Larry David. There's a thing he did when they Cars and Coffee.
Yes, he did a Cars and Coffee with Jerry. It was so funny.
And they went to a place called O'Groats in L.A. on Pico, where I grew up. Used to go there. They went to this place, and they went in there in the Volkswagen Bug. Have you ever seen this episode? They go and sit in the back, and I think Larry David ordered something very bland. He's a very, I don't know, yogurt and toast.
yeah.
I don't know, something very, whatever.
He doesn't eat like this.
No, but Jerry does. Jerry's very proud of his appetite. He says he'll eat a whole pizza. He'll yada yada, eats all kinds of pancakes. He's an eater, but he doesn't look like it.
No, he's like our son. High metabolism.
Great.
Can eat anything.
If I ate half of what he ate, I don't know, probably die. Anyways, he offers Larry David some of these pancakes. Syrup and butter just slathered all, just like the ones I had. I felt like, if you ever see this episode, you'll understand how I felt this day, because I'm scooping these very sopped up buttery pancakes, and I'm going through it, and every bite, it felt like, do you ever see the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz? If whoever's seen it, there's moments when Dorothy's oiling his chin, right? And he's pointing at his knee, like this, and then he
points at his mouth,
and then my neck. So I felt like the Tin Man kind of coming back, like it's almost like C3PO from Star Wars got reset, and he's kind of coming back to on, one eye's on the other. I felt exactly like Larry David in this thing. Because he was eating, he was taking scoops of, and he was like, "No, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that." And Jerry's like, "No, come on, you got to try it. You got to try it." And he's like, "No, I don't eat that way. No.
I don't eat that stuff." Yeah.
And so he finally took a bite, and he took a bite, and with every bite, it seemed just like what I'm describing. He was just kind of.
His eyes were like
his eyes were kind of darting around, and he's kind of like stuttering, like doing this thing.
Like it's so foreign, like he's never had this before, and it's so good, and his brain is going into like shock.
And then he took a bite, and you can see his glee, his smile, and he's all this big smile, and his eyes are kind of focusing again. He's looking at Jerry, and he goes, "Can people eat like this?" Right?
Yes, Larry.
That is exactly how I felt Sunday. I felt like I had been off, okay? And with the breakfast, I was getting some.
You got a reset, a reboot.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I felt different. I felt like a different human after,
Yeah. You went walking with me.
We went for a walk down there in Carmel Valley. Mm-hmm. Beautiful place. I love it. I would go there every day if I lived there. It's just beautiful. It's got poplar trees, and it's got all this nice smooth paths. Makes me want to ride my bike.
Yeah, it's a good place for riding.
Yeah. So, anyways, we then afterwards went to this place. What we're talking about?
Oh, to another place. Afterward, well, I mean, not immediately.
Not immediately. Where else we went? Walking. Then
we went shopping.
We went shopping, get some stuff for dinner. And then we went, ultimately, we were coming back into Escondido on the way home, and we stopped off at this place called Bubba's. Bubba's Barbecue? What was it, Bubba's?
It's called Bubba's, yeah. And
It used to be in the Barrel Republic or the Draft Republic.
Oh, you mean where it was located?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On Grand. That location used to be, I think it was called Barrel Republic or Draft Republic.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we didn't even go there.
No, because we've been to a Barrel Republic and we didn't really care for it. So
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's, a beer joint and TVs and food. They have, snacks and things.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Yeah.
It wasn't like that for me. I wasn't like, oh, I want to go there again. No, I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah. No, so this one is Bubba's. It's called Bubba's Kitchen Tap and Sports Bar.
Okay. So I said, you know what? Let's go get a beer. This is about noon. Let's go get a beer.
No, it was, you mean when you first told me by the time, we were like, you were already going crazy.
So here's the thing. When you said breakfast, I was thinking Vine & Tap, and I was thinking we'd go have our pancakes and our Power Bowl that we always get. Lovely. And then we'd have the mimosas, a little sip of champagne, take our walk there in San Elijo. Well, we didn't go there.
Not to mention, just to be honest with you, it wasn't even open because we were at the Pancake House at 9:00 in the morning. At Vine & Tap, I don't even think opens until 10.
See, so it wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
and it wasn't going to work. But but my stomach was saying that's what I want. I want breakfast. And I want a glass of champagne. I want to have a little, fun. Then we go for a walk. Yada yada. Well, it didn't work out that way.
Which is good because honestly, every time we go to Vine & Tap and we have the champagne, you don't want to walk afterwards. You're like, no. And I'm like, oh, crap.
No, you know what I want to do? I end up wanting to go across the street to the park, take my shoes off, walk around or in the grass or run around. I remember one time, did I ever tell you this story? I think I told you this story.
Yes.
I was a year ago or 2 years ago, all my vehicles were running. All my old antiques were running. And I had the 56 out. Your mom had given me this new chair, this folding chair, really great hammocky folding chair, fat guy size, big durable chair. And I remember one day that was just so beautiful. It might've been about spring. It was sunny, clear. You might've been out of town.
Yeah, it was.
And I went over to Vine & Tap on a Sunday. And I pulled up to the park. Walked across over to Vine & Tap, had my breakfast, had a good time, a couple of hours. I remember I was there. Played a little trivia. Mm-hmm. Then I when it was sunny and beautiful, I took off my shoes, went across to the park, just was walking around, probably looking strange to most people. Like, what is this guy? I'm over there walking and took my shoes off, doing those the toe curls in the grass, And then I went back to the truck, and I took the chair out of the back of the truck, put the hammock chair, set it up right there next to the truck, and then found a way to be shaded by the tree. I fell asleep in that chair with my feet up on the bedside of the truck. I must have looked crazy. Okay,
I bet you did.
Because there are those families walking around over there.
Yeah, they were like, "What is this?"
My feet are up on the side of the truck, sun bathing my body, but my face is shaded, and I'm leaning. My feet are above my head. I'm in this hammock chair, kind of in a weird position. Cars are coming through. Everyone, normal activities going through this area. I'm dead asleep.
It's not like you're probably passed out. You probably drank a lot.
No.
Good old time.
I was having a grand time. So I was there for a long while. Then I took a little walk around, and then eventually I left there probably about 3 hours later. I ended up going off to the beach, and I pulled up to the beach. I did the same thing at the beach. Yeah. Beautiful.
Pulled your chair out and
oh my God. Yeah. So because we didn't do that, we didn't go there. We went someplace else. It just got messed up. The whole situation got.
No, it's not messed up.
No, I don't mean that, but it's got.
For me, it was better because I've tried to take you to Elfin Forest right after Vine & Tap. And
you know what the thing about it is that the reason why this trail's so good for me is because it's smooth and undulating. It's smooth and kind of goes up and down the paths. You can go up and go down and go. It kind of weaves around.
Yeah, but it's not. Really easy. Yeah,
I need that right now. Do you know what I mean? I need that right now. I need to kind of struggle, but not. I'm not doing rock climbing. I'm not ready for that. I know that's your game. Let's go do some semi-hiking, let's go hiking up and down these mountains. And no, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. I wanted a nice, easy walk, right? That's what I got. So after I came out of breakfast, I was so satiated and full, but I was like, what are we going to do next? Oh, we got to go shopping, Let's just stop off and have a beer someplace. Well, we get over to this place into Escondido on Grand. You're saying, let's go over to O'Reilly's. No, O'Sullivan's. That's a dirty.
Oh, by the way, yeah, but we were looking for other places to go.
Yeah, there's not a lot right now.
No,
that one.
I took you somewhere, and that was a total bust. They were so stupid.
Oh boy, the one in San Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
That a known place, a place we've talked about.
We've been.
Yeah. And had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. We went in there. There was people at the bar. We're sitting there. They're all yakking about the game or whatever's on TV.
Yeah.
And we sat there for, I don't know, 5 minutes?
More.
Yeah. Waiting for someone.
There was no bartender.
There was no. There was nobody behind the bar.
Like they went on break and nobody replaced him.
And nobody seemed to care.
Yeah.
There's other servers running around. Didn't even come up to us at the bar. Crazy. So we left. And then we were like, okay, we were a little frustrated by this time. I was
going to say, yeah.
I was frustrated.
And I felt bad because I'm like, I just wanted to get you.
Just sit down, have a quick little beer, go, and, be done.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Well, that's why, yeah. And so I said, I'm taking you to O'Sullivan's. You're like, I'm not going. I'm like, yeah.
I just don't,
you are.
So Sullivan's is fine. But I wasn't, Irish pub. No, not really in the mood for that. We ended up finding this place, Bubba's.
As we're driving on Grand, we both catch it and we're like, what's that? That's new. I never seen that. Never noticed it.
And if I'm not mistaken, it is in the Barrel Draft or Draft Republic building.
Know.
Used to be there.
Okay.
I think it was during the COVID. I don't remember. It's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is taking its place. And I got to say something. Pretty impressed. We did have just potato skins, which are stuffed potato skins.
Mm-hmm.
But it was delicious. You know what? I was expecting, just regular potato skins, the ones that I know, which is just a carved out potato, with just very little potato inside there, just the skin, and then fried up with cheese and sour cream. I like those. This was different. This is a double stuffed. So they took what I said, and then they added a bunch of mashed potato. I don't know they need to do that. I'm not saying that it was good, but I don't think they need to do it. If they just made really great potato skins, the regular take on a potato skin, I think they would do well. It would be fine. But it was good. And what do we have? They have a nice wine selection. They have a few nice wines. Wines.
I didn't even look. I'll be honest. I simply went in there to take you for
a quick beer.
And I did, and so we weren't hungry. I wasn't hungry because it had breakfast. And by the time we got there, just so you know, it was already like 1 something.
What did we do between early morning and...
We did all those things. We went walking for a while. We were down south for over an hour, more than that. So, so by the time we came back, it was already at like 1 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
Or later because I was trying to meet the kids around 2.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it was already 1:30.
Okay.
And so wasn't hungry. Didn't want to, but at the same time, it's like when we went in, it had a really good vibe.
And I'm going to say this. I think it has the remnants of what Barrel Republic.
Okay.
I mean, Draft Republic.
You mean like whatever it looked like?
Yeah,
that they just
the
took
wood on
over.
the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it was.
It reminded me it was really rustic. Yeah, it's very rustic. And so it just reminded me of that place we've been going to, Barn Door. Right?
Yeah.
Barn Door?
Yeah, Barn Door.
Okay. Just rustic like that. But it just felt good. When you went in there, it felt clean and airy and bright and TVs are on. And,
I want them to work.
yeah, I do want them to work.
Yeah.
So I didn't even care about the food and I haven't had it. So we're going to have to go back.
We'll go back.
But the fact that it had a really good vibe and the people working there,
Super on the ball.
yes,
Yeah.
so nice. We'll shout out to Erin,
Yeah.
who I guess is like the manager, right?
See, yeah. Lead server. I don't know.
Manager.
Yeah.
So she was so kind, so friendly.
Yeah, and really well spoken. I told her, I said, when she came to that, I said, you part of ownership? She goes, no. I said, you have that owner energy.
Yeah,
you
because
have
she
that,
cares.
Yeah, she's like on the ball, telling people here, do this, do that, keeping things going. It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a really nice experience just having that. But yeah, so you ordered the skins just to try something.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was kind of hungry too, though.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
and the one thing they do have that I told you, I'm going to come back. We'll come back one night and I want to get the sweet potato fries because I can't find anybody that really does get sweet potato fries.
Oh boy. I saw something that I have to have. I have to have it.
Oh my God. I know what you're going to say.
I have to have it. I do. And I don't know if I need to go with anybody.
There's no way you're going to eat all that. That's enough for 4 people.
I saw this thing. What is it called? The sampler platter, or what is it called?
Yeah, let me pull up their menu because
Okay.
I remember. Yeah, it was like, what the hell is that? Wings, rings, and things.
Okay, I need one. I need one, and look. They have these. What is it? The beer. How are they doing the $5 beer? What was that about? Remember?
Every day they have a little special.
They have a special. I had a $5. I love a $5 beer. If you know of a place that has a $5 beer, I will go there. Mm-hmm. I want to go there. I love the value of it. I love the fact that they actually have a good beer and like something local, something quality. Yesterday was
yesterday was not that. I mean, it was just a bottle of Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock. Okay, yeah, but you know what? I hadn't had one in 30 years, and I liked it. It was clean. It was fresh,
super
light and refreshing. More hydration, but it was good.
And they had $5 Bloody Marys.
Now that was something interesting. They were good. They were good Bloody Marys. Little tahini on the rim.
Yeah.
$5. You could have a couple real easy and no problems. And there wasn't a lot of alcohol in them either. There was just enough.
It was just enough for me.
Yeah. So, but I'm seeing this.
But that big platter that you wanted, or that we saw
platter.
brought to, there was a family. We were at the bar, and there was a family.
I should have videotaped it. It was so impressive looking. It was. It had everything you wanted on it. Everything looked perfectly cooked. I mean, it looked shiny and good and plump and moist. It looked good. I don't know if the reality of it, I didn't have any.
Yeah, we didn't taste it, but it definitely looked tempting.
It looked impressive. And I'm seeing this. I may go in there by myself and just get one.
I don't think you'd be able to. That was a family sitting behind us.
I understand.
With a kid.
But
and so they even said, they're like, yeah, this was going to feed all of us.
It would.
And she said, yeah, it's got stuff for the kids, which is chicken strips, wings, onion rings, French fries, and sweet potato fries. It's like,
it looked ample. It looked quality. It looked well done. It was impressive looking to me. It was.
yeah.
And I couldn't eat the whole one probably, but I would sure try. And I couldn't take our children because then it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't.
Well, they could eat that and we could eat
No, because I want it. Why? What am I? Yeah, they could eat it. Sure. I'm going to have to have one of my own though. We have to order 2 of them.
Well, so I looked at the menu and I'm looking at it right now. And yeah, there's things. This is a barbecue joint, right? So this is a barbecue joint. It's got brisket, pulled pork,
I hope they have a good brisket.
ribs. Huh?
Hope they have a good brisket.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to take you there so you can try the brisket.
We're going
'cause,
back.
Yeah, you like brisket, and
I
I don't know
love
if it's any good, but
Yeah.
it's certainly worth trying. I'd like the vibe.
Just the fact that it's on Grand. I need people to go there. I want you to go follow them. Their following's a little small right now. I need you to go there. I'm going to tag them in this posting I'm going to do for the show. I need people to go there. They have a very low following. They're new. They need to get.
Well,
they need to
and
stay.
so they have another location. So apparently, Erin said that they were inside of Society, right?
Yes, yes, down in where is it?
PB, I think she said.
Okay.
And so they used to be like inside of a billiard hall or something.
Yes.
And so now they broke off and they wanted to do their own, have their thing. But Society, the billiard place, is going to open up down the street.
Is it on Grand as well?
On Grand, just up the block.
Oh, what was it called? There was some other thing in there, a beer kind of wine thing.
I don't know what it was called.
It's a big location, and it was a brewery thing that was on Grand on the south side of Grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I know is that Society Billiard Hall is coming there beginning of next year.
Oh, man.
And I'm excited because Grand, the Grand needs to have some really good places.
They should. They should.
They should. Absolutely. It's
Why
a
don't
great
they?
little street. They do the cars. What is it that on Fridays in the summer?
Cruising Grand.
Yes. Cruising Grand. At the farmer's market. It's such a prime spot for things like, this, having some good restaurants.
It's got to be. It's definitely the rents. It's definitely the landlord and the rents.
I don't even know. I don't know.
You know what? You got to think. Somebody probably owns it. They probably own the whole thing. And they set the rents. And if
there's just so many vacant spots there. And
tons.
I don't understand. I don't. Yeah, but you're right. The rent must be high because we used to go to the Grand Comedy Club, which is
gone.
Which now moved. They moved to the mall.
Yeah.
And
I like it better. I'll be honest.
Okay. I hate it there. I'm sorry. I hate it.
Do?
I hate the location. I hate that it's in the mall.
Okay.
I hate the way it's set up with the dark curtains. I hate it. I hate that it's turned the way it's turned. Okay. I don't like it.
Okay.
I have to say though, the comedian that we went to go see this last, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Best comedian I have ever seen at the Grand Comedy Club.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the comedians being over there at the mall more than I ever did on Grand.
Yeah. But
the location in Grand to me was so prime. I
had problems with it. I did. It was awkward. It was basically two locations together. Two
but because
buildings.
one's a pizza joint and one's they have their own pizza joint, which they still serving that same pizza over there at the.
Are they?
Yeah, at the mall.
Okay.
So,
no. I mean, I thought you were saying it over there.
No, at the mall they're serving the pizza.
Yeah. Well,
same stuff.
Makes sense.
But yeah, no. I mean, I don't particularly care for it.
I just thought that the setup over there on Grand was a bit janky, and the one over at the mall is a bit janky. They're not either one of them is not particularly great, but mall one I enjoyed the mall one. It seemed a little more airy. The one over there, it was just weird for me. It was weird. They have a courtyard that you have to go around, and you have to basically go into the other pizzeria building, and then you had to go into the back.
Not if you're entering from the courtyard. So to me, on whatever we can disagree on this one, but I truly love the location on Grand.
You love it.
I loved it. I loved having that courtyard where you guys, you afterwards when the comedians are done, you can gather out there in the courtyard.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Okay,
and I liked how it is when it's more reminiscent to me of comedy clubs. So it's dark where you go back.
Okay,
I just liked it.
Well, here's the thing too that bothered me about the place. Because the two buildings are intertwined in some way. You had a normal pizzeria, a small pizzeria. And if I'm honest, the pizza, requisite.
Right.
And they had a few tables in the pizzeria. And then the back building was attached by this little kind of mutual walkway. They had bathrooms and then the
it's just a little
passway. The passway was where the bar was. Okay. But you really couldn't get a drink whilst you're waiting for the show to start. You could. We kind of forced him to do it. Like, here, please. But it wasn't a very inviting environment. Like saying, "Hey, come have a drink beforehand. Sit outside here. Do this and that." So for me, I like to go and sit and have if I'm waiting.
But here's the thing, because it's on Grand, what we've done in the past is we've gone to O'Sullivan's or whatever, had our drinks and whatever, and then go see the show, which is down the street. So for me, no.
Okay, it's a choice.
Grand was perfect. It's gone.
But you also like to be. You also liked it because it was on Grand. You liked it because it was close to other places that you could go to.
Well, I also just want Grand, the whole street to succeed and have these things, these good little places.
I get it.
I think maybe, parking's a situation for some of these places.
It will be.
But, they can build a lot. They can build, that's what people do.
Where? That's what I'm saying. Where they build a lot?
Well, there's a lot behind, where, I can't think of, just build up.
On Kelmia. There's
Yes,
a lot. Yeah.
build up. There's another lot down the street. On the other side of the street, closer to Valley, there's a bunch of just big parking lots over there. Build up. I'm sorry. That's
You know what? You sound like a developer. Maybe you could pull your resources and get it done.
Yeah.
Buy the property and build
I
your
know
lot.
somebody's going to do it because if you want them to succeed and you want to bring a bunch of people like a promenade, like 3rd Street Promenade, you're just going to have some tall lots for people to come and park their cars.
I agree. I think, though, they don't want that. They don't. If they did, why isn't it already? Because there's so many empty places in there.
It's so sad.
It's just weird. Like, you don't want it to succeed. You're trying to choke it to death because there are just a handful of places and then a bunch of empty spots. So that's how it functions right now. If they were all full, you would never be able to get in there. You wouldn't.
Yeah,
you would never be able to park.
They need to turn that place into something
they do.
good.
Well, they just built that roundabout. Maybe that's a sign they're.
That's what
invest.
I'm hoping for. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
That's fun.
They're going to put a lot, just one, for God's sake. And, it's not big. The Grand, you can walk up and down Grand.
Yeah. I see it. I went to Uptown Whittier for last year.
Oh, yeah,
for the show.
Yeah.
I compared it that Uptown Whittier area to this.
Yes.
Uptown Whittier is what this should be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uptown Whittier was cool. The area every shop was banging.
Yep.
Tattoo shop, cigar shop, music shop, yada, yada, one after the other. Restaurants and, your taco shops. It was just banging. Mm-hmm. That's what Grand should be, man.
Agreed.
And it's inexplicable why it's not already doing that.
I agree. So we want Bubba's to succeed because
we need Bubba's to succeed.
Yeah. It was just fun. It was fun. It was.
I got to admit though, a little small. Once people hear about this place, whether through us or some other thing, and it really gets banging, like it's full all the time, you'll never get a space in there.
You know what? I'm okay. I'm sure I'll find space. If I go walking down the street, I'll find another one. I just need them to be as good.
Yeah.
I don't. If I'm, it's 1 block away. O'Sullivan's is 1 block away. I can walk down there. I mean, I like options.
I don't know how this is going to work, but they need to survive.
They do. And we need to go try their barbecue.
So look, if you're here,
what's the other barbecue joint down the spot?
H&H, something like that. H&H, I think it's H&H.
Oh, Brothers.
H&H Brothers.
Yeah, H Brothers, something like that.
I went there a couple times.
I've only been there once.
Yeah,
and it was all right.
No.
The vibe on this one is way better.
Well, it's the vibe. Vibe is one. The barbecue was, yeah.
I don't remember.
I'd rather go to Phil's. Just, if I'm gonna go for barbecue, I'm going to Phil's.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try this barbecue and see.
But we'll certainly try. I hope they have ribs.
Yes, they have
like ribs.
Yeah, maybe back ribs. Here, let me see.
Beef ribs, please.
I don't know if they have beef.
I don't eat. My favorite rib is beef rib. Big fat, honking, fatty, beefy, rendered, delicious. Not falling off the bone. Kind of attached still a little bit. Little pull.
I think you're gonna still have to go to Phil's for that.
How disappointing.
I lie.
What you got?
Half a beef rib.
Half a beef rib? What do you mean half?
I don't know what that means. It just says half a beef rib.
Okay.
It says Texas Longhorn beef rib.
Sounds good.
You got half baby back.
What is that? What does that cost? Just on the menu right now.
$34.
So they have to have many. It's got to be multiple ribs in there.
Yeah. When they say half beef rib,
they
must be like half a rack.
Yeah.
Half a rack.
Was that 4, 5, 6, something like that?
God, I
don't know.
I have no
I never counted the ribs on a bowl before. So, but you know what? What's the address here? Do you know? Anyways, it's on Grand. Here's the problem that I have. It's not close to others. It's on another block. How things I think survive in this area is when they have an anchoring 3 or 4 different places right next to each other that will survive because they're going to have overlap. What made me feel like this place is going to have it tougher is because they're kind of you have to kind of want to go there. You have to know about it. You have to, yeah.
Honestly, I don't agree. I think it's fine. It's at the one end. It's like more towards the middle. It's not like Bellamy's is on this side. This is like between Bellamy's and O'Sullivan's.
Right.
That's right. So it's a great location.
But if you had 2 or 3 places that were already banging, established, going, it would help this one.
I think they might across the street.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they might across the street.
We might not have taken a chance on this. Is what I'm saying. We might have gone on to O'Sullivan's.
Yeah.
And then we'd not have done this. We'd not have said a word. And we'd have waited another 6 months, maybe 3 months to find this place again. It would have, that's how I'm saying. It's like, I don't know how they do their advertising. I don't know.
I don't know, but all I know is from the outside it was inviting, and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. So
it's 136 West Grand Avenue.
Okay. Go.
Escondido.
Go please. Yeah. Go please. It needs to stay. It's good. It's good enough to stay as far as what I've had already.
And I'm excited about having the pool hall down the street.
I'm extremely excited because I'm a pool person. I love billiards.
We are. We both are. Yeah, I love.
You grew up with a pool table.
I love it.
I grew up in pool halls. I love them.
Yeah,
I love going.
I did too. I mean, we both used to go to Hollywood Athletic Club in. We
need to do a show on that one. Seriously.
What for? It's gone.
No, I mean we need to have some history. Maybe we should start doing some history because look, if someone hears what it was and goes and searches it out, maybe they can make it again. Mm. This was the HAC in Hollywood was I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It was just a big place, and it was hard probably to maintain. It was probably hard to pay for and justify the having people come in and play billiards at what, $17 an hour or something like that.
I don't remember what it was.
And then you have to have enough drinks and you have to sell enough food and the service. It was just a large location, but it was just the best place that I ever played pool. Period. They had lots of them. They had one in 3rd Street Promenade. They had many places that we could go. But as far as a beautiful place, cool people would show, Hollywood stars would show up there.
Yeah, that's true.
They had different kind of sections that were, this one cool room. They had these really well lit, and they had these cool designs in the white ceiling. It was low ceiling, and then another place that was like high ceilings, double story that you could see vaulted high. It was just fantastic. It was a great place to go.
Yeah,
fun.
I miss that so much.
I miss that vibe. I miss the care of the billiard experience. Mm-hmm. But we used to go there, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah, because we've gone to lots of billiard places, and most of them are
okay.
Most of it, no, I mean, it's not even that they're okay. Most of them, the vibe, like you said, it's seedy and dirty.
Can be.
And yeah. I mean, but that's
House of Billiards in Santa Monica. It's just a billiard hall. It's not cool to go there. It's kind
of dark and dirty.
Yeah. The floor's weird too. You ever
warped certain
floor.
places. Yeah.
Weird. But you know what? HAC was like, oh my God.
No, that was like,
it was perfection.
Beautiful.
Perfection. It was huge though. It used to be a athletic club.
Right, Hollywood Athletic Club.
And they had on the upper mezzanine above the main floor, they had another tier, and they had a running track.
Yeah.
They used to go around the top of the building. Mm-hmm. And then the main floor was huge. It must have been, I don't know, how many, 10,000 square feet?
Oh, no, I don't think it was that big. No.
5,000 square feet? It was huge.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Big floor.
But it was big. It was, so, I mean, there was so many pool tables there. And then, like you said, another section they would have, was it like the other room when you walk into the right, there was a room in, I think was it snooker? Right?
They had snooker.
The snooker tables over there. And then on that same right side, then there's a restaurant that you could go eat. It was good food, really good food.
Oh, really great food.
And then on the left side was the big, huge open room with.
It was just a treat to go. And everybody that you'd want to talk to, all your friends, they all wanted to go. Mm-hmm. If you said we were going, all of us would go.
Yeah. I remember we would go with a group of, a bunch of couples, right? We would have at least
8
of
people.
us to 10 people. Yeah. We would we'd rent a couple pool tables and
we just hang out for hours.
Yep.
Smoking cigars and drinking beers and eating good food. And
so I wish that, I hope that there's I don't know what this one's going to be like. It's probably not going to be like that. But I want it to be nice and clean and airy and fun. And
I just hope I hope there's a wave. I hope they're on a wave. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're riding a billiards wave, because billiard goes in and out of fashion. There'll be a period of time when like that movie Color of Money in the 80s came out.
Yeah.
there was a wave that created by that. You know, like somebody saying, "Oh my God, Tom Cruise and billiards. Oh, we gotta start." So that might have been the reason why HAC succeeded at that time.
Oh, I never really thought about that, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it was riding a wave. So I don't know if billiards is in fashion right now.
It's so weird to me to say, "Oh, it's in fashion." You either like shooting pool or you don't.
Well, no, but what happens is the next generation comes, and they either are with it or not with it. Just the way it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. One place, I like going to a bar where you can have something to do too. So I like what's that one you took me to down south? So they had a few pool tables. They had some dart boards.
Where's down south?
The one that had really good fish tacos.
Oh, you're talking about
I can never remember the name. I don't know why.
It's another Irish pub.
It's an Irish pub.
McGillicuddy?
No.
It's right there off of 15 at
Sports
like Arrow.
Arena.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. No, they had great fish tacos.
Yeah.
But you never like to go there, though.
It was so far.
But when we were down there, we could have gone. Never mind. So
no, we went all the time. We would go all the
they had
time.
great
The
fish
problem
tacos.
was like, okay, you're drinking, and now I got to drive all the way from there to Oceanside.
No, that's right. Oh my God, that's why we wouldn't go. We wouldn't go because of that.
Yeah, it was difficult because I was the one usually driving, and I.
But when we lived in La Costa.
Still far.
No. When we lived in La Costa, remember Q's?
Well, that's why we went there all the time. That was
Q's.
so convenient.
Yeah, it was so close to the.
We were like less than 5 miles away, and
yeah, it was great. So billiards, hopefully this place, God, and again, you just hope to yourself, I hope to survive. You hope there's enough people who want this and will keep going beyond the hype, beyond the first month or two when it's all, something new. If they can keep going after, that's where it's going to happen.
But what I think, so if it's just a pool hall, it might not do so well.
Yeah.
You got to have something good. And so if like this Bubba's was inside this pool hall, if you had really good food inside a pool hall, you go not just for the pool, but you go for the food too. So like I said, the one down south, that wasn't a pool hall, but it was a bar, but they had pool tables and stuff. But that was the great part. They had good food, great fish tacos. We can go shoot some darts, play darts, shoot pool. It was great.
When you go to a place that has like everything in good quality, good, nice tables, nice dart boards, nice food, nice beers, whatever, it makes the night fun because there's no one thing you're going, oh my God, well, this is great, but I can get mugged, Food's good, but they don't have many beers. They don't have many, they don't have any wine. Whatever it is, there's always something that kind of lets it down. I really hope that this something's happening in Grand. I really do, because
I do too.
If they don't, they have to unite. Basically, there has to be multiple reasons for people to go down there and stay down there. If it's just going in for a burger and then they'll be done and leave, that's not going to work. But if you can go down there and stay down there, one thing that bothered me about the Grand, they had a really great coffee house called Coffee right next door to it, which I think is closed. It changed hands,
it's gone.
but no one was ever there. And then you go to the comedy club, you get out about 8:00, and you want to go have a coffee, but there was no place to have it. The coffee shop was always closed. So the way this place works out is, if you have things that you can go from one to the next, you can have dinner at Bellamy's, then you can go to O'Sullivan's for a beer, then you can walk down to the comedy club, and then you can have a coffee afterwards.
I know.
That's a nice night.
Exactly. That's why I like Third Street Promenade. Yeah. There's tons of different things to do.
I haven't been down the Third Street Promenade and have a good experience in a long time. You?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I always have fun when I go down there.
Okay. I never do. But I've been 2 or 3 times, one time with your family, whatever, went to Barney's Beanery over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we went to a couple other nice little bars.
Did you? I didn't go.
Yeah, you did. You went to one of them. There was like this little small bar before we went ice skating. It was like a Christmas.
Oh, it was a Christmas thing.
Remember? We went.
Yeah, I remember that.
So kids, everybody went.
That's a long time ago, wasn't it?
A couple of years.
5, 6.
No.
Yeah, it had to have been. I don't know. Seems like a long time ago. We went to Christmas, and the kids were like young enough to want to go.
3. No, they were They were towering over my mom. No, they were old.
Okay.
Everybody was like 3 years ago.
So anyways, how this for me is going to survive in Grand is that they need to have other places that are going to anchor it, keep it all together.
Yes.
And everybody has a reason and a rhyme.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing beers and
Yes.
whatever. You're doing billiards.
You're doing coffee. You're doing pastries and desserts. You're doing,
You can't just have one thing just sit there and kind of twist
and
in the
if
wind.
you shop and you have these nice little shops, like there's a couple antiques and thrift store type of
interest
things.
to do. Yeah.
Got to have a little shopping.
Yeah.
Got to have good food. Got to have some bars. Got to have desserts. Got to have coffee. Yeah. If
It
you
has to
have
be.
it all, it would be great.
You know what they need to do? They really need to get together and say, look, I understand that you do coffee. It's best in the morning. You do your big sales in the morning. But you know what? We got to have you at night, after these other things. Like, when people are starting to kind of be done with their evening, 8, 9, 10, pastries, nice pastries, good coffee, different coffee drinks and so forth. Maybe even an Irish coffee, after,
I think,
nightcap.
I think what happens is, or at least what I've seen in San Diego, or this part of San Diego, it's everything closes down so early.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. Yeah. So by 9 o'clock, a lot of places are done.
So look, and you have to go. So look, I want to say this to you. If you're hearing this, go to their socials. They're called, again, Bubba's. Do you have a Instagram for them?
I do not.
Let's look them up on Instagram. I just followed them yesterday. Bubba's. Bubba's Escondido. Okay, so they're called Bubba's Escondido on Insta. I imagine other places as well. But go follow them. It's 136 West Grand Avenue, Escondido. Mm-hmm. Closed Monday, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 to 10. But, for sure, please follow them. Go in there and tell them Grow Enthusiast sent you. And anybody who's liking and subscribing, really help. Thank you for the help. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all those, we need your help. If you like what you hear, please give us a follow and a subscribe. But go and be nice to each other. Go to this place. This is a place that needs to stay. Just because, I'm tired of seeing places come and go, especially something you might like, something that's kind of cool, kind of serves a purpose, not just a place for a beer, not just a place for a burger, not just a pizza spot, but an environment that you want to hang out. And this place has got a big open patio in the back. It's not big, but they have several seating spaces out there in the back, in the middle, I should say, a courtyard kind of thing. They have a nice bar. They have interesting foods, bar foods, like the potatoes and the burgers and the brisket and the ribs.
Yeah.
And they have a happy hour thing going on the weekends.
No, they have a happy hour
every day. Bless
Excuse
you.
me, sorry.
Bless you.
Every day. I think
okay.
I sent you I did. I sent you a picture of their happy hour menu because I thought it was great. It's like, they've got $5 beers. You're always into the, hey, if I want a $5 beer if you're going to pop into someplace.
Yeah, just because, it's inexpensive. You can have a couple really easily and then order something and still afford it. I don't want to go in there and buy an $8, $10 beer. I'm only going to have one and then I'm going to leave. I'm not going to even afford to go and, to keep blowing money on beers. So,
and this one had that little daily deals.
And the Bloody Mary, it was good. It was real good.
That was on the weekend? Yeah. So on the weekends, they have Bloody Marys for $5 and $5 mimosas.
Yeah.
So,
and then coupled with that pool hall society, it's going to be fantastic. You'll be able to go. I really wish Grand had survived a Grand comedy. I wish
that's what I'm saying. It's like, can you imagine? I would have been in heaven. I would be so happy.
But the sad part about it is that as much as we say that, it's not just that us supporting them. The community has to support them.
I know.
They have to see the value. And you know what? That means the landlords too. I don't know what kind of tenant Grand comedy was. I don't have no idea. I have no idea how Draft Republic paid their rent. I have no idea. What I'm saying is that we all have to work together to keep this place alive. If you just look at them as an independent, I don't like that place. We're not going to go. They all affect each other. This small ecosystem each one of them affects each other at this point. Someday, when this is just every one of the shops is filled and it's just banging, and everybody wants to be in there and they're willing to pay whatever rent to stay in there. But at this moment, it's just kind of getting going.
Yeah, help these businesses. I mean, if you're saying the landlords are charging exorbitant
I'm just saying it has to. What other reason would other places not be there? What are the
I
reasons?
don't know.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I don't.
Why is there a revolving door of Escondido? Why? It's just, there's only one reason, that the cost overhead is just got to be exorbitant. Between the permits, the staffing, having a great staff, people they just don't appreciate it. And you know what? And then to have these people be there to serve you, and then if you treat them poorly and don't tip, it just makes everybody not able to continue. Like this show. If you like us, go to subscribe and go to Patreon and feel free to donate. But we're trying to make something fun, and I hope you like it. And if you like the kind of stuff that I like, please go down to Bubba's, go patronize them, give them some money, tell them you love them, and keep going. Don't stop. Because we don't have nice things down there because somebody gets turned off, or I don't, and then they stop, or they just dwindle away. They can't afford to keep going, and then they leave, and they can put something else in this place that may be worse or not, and then this revolving door.
Oh, and I think too that a lot of these businesses might have closed too because they were doing all that road work
as well,
and putting in the roundabouts and doing all that, and these businesses couldn't survive because nobody had access to them. That you'd have to walk on this little path to try to get to them, and a lot of these businesses were failing. They're like, oh my God, it's ruining us because the streets are under construction. All right,
look, I'm going to put a hashtag. It's going to be "Come on Escondido." Okay, I'm going to everybody to go there, and I want everyone to join up, because you know what, Escondido is only nice if we make it nice. If we unite, we help these businesses, we patronize them, we keep them going. Otherwise, they will fold up and leave.
And the good part is they've built all these new condos, right? These condo complexes that are very close. I think that's going to help tremendously.
Well, you know what's going to help? What's going to help is people continuing to go. You can't just have one. Oh, I didn't like their napkins, I'm not going there anymore. What do you mean? This place was a good value. They had good quality stuff. Name another spot that's like it on that street. O'Sullivan's is different in its own way. They have live music on Friday and Saturday, whatever. It's just a different vibe. You go to Sharky's. Different vibe.
What's that?
See? There you go. What else is there? What other kind of stuff can you have a beer? Oh, the Mike's Pizza something. That place is big spot. That big pizza spot.
Oh, that's awful.
Mario.
Oh, sorry.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
Sorry.
There's that spot. Okay.
Tony's.
I
don't like
Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
I don't. It used to be Plan 9. They folded up.
Oh, it was next door.
And there's a new concept going into the Plan 9 space too.
I liked Plan 9.
I liked Plan. Well, you know what? I used to love Plan 9 10 years ago when they had that black, the lavender coffee skirt steak. It was amazing. Yeah. They can't get rid of stuff like that either. If you have something that is your signature thing, you can't let it go. It would be like saying McDonald's doesn't serve Big Macs anymore. Give me a break. If this is your thing, don't let it go. So, anyways, thank you for listening. Be nice to each other. Help us out if you can. We're trying to do more with the show, and we will talk to you soon. Please go to Bubba's. Talk to you later. Bye.